Hi, my name is John, and I'm from Seattle, Washington. In 2019, I took a solo trip to Southeast Asia, a kind of personal escape, a chance to unplug and wander off the beaten path. Vietnam was on my list, and Đà Lạt, that foggy, pine-scented mountain town. It felt like the perfect last stop before heading home. I never expected that what I found there would follow me in my dreams, that I'd come back with more than just photos and souvenirs. What you're about to hear is a real experience, my own story, one that still sends chills down my spine whenever I think about it. So sit back, turn off the lights, and listen closely, because this is the story of what really happened in room 302. Room 302, the American who never came back. Đà Lạt is known for its pine forests, thick fog, and moss-covered French villas, but no one warns you that some rooms were never meant for the living. Candle Part 1, The Warning. John, an American traveler, arrived in Vietnam in the fall of 2019. He loved off-the-grid places, architecture with soul, and eerie beauty untouched by mass tourism. After wandering through Hoi An, Hue, and Sapa, he decided to spend his final week in Đà Lạt, the so-called City of Eternal Spring. John didn't want a fancy hotel. He wanted to live like a local. On a local rental app, he found a French-style villa nestled in a quiet alley of Hung Vuong Street. The room was unbelievably cheap. Few reviews, but the pictures were irresistible: tall ceilings, stone walls, vintage wood windows that opened toward pine-covered hills. When he arrived, a frail old Vietnamese woman greeted him. Her English was basic but clear enough. As she handed over the key, she said slowly, sternly, "You stay room 302. If baby cry at night, don't open door. Don't answer." John was puzzled, then smirked politely. Probably some local superstition. He nodded, and climbed the creaky wooden stairs toward his destiny. Fog Part 2, A Room Left Behind. Room 302 was old but spacious. It smelled damp, but not unbearable. High ceiling, cold stone walls, a wooden bed, a desk, and a dusty teddy bear sitting face down on a chair. The first night, John couldn't sleep. Đà Lạt was colder than expected, and wind howled through the window cracks. The villa creaked and moaned like it had lungs of its own. At 2:57 a.m., he woke up to a sound: soft footsteps. Tiny, bare feet running around the bed. John tried to move, but couldn't. Sleep paralysis. For the first time in his life. His eyes opened, and that's when he saw it. Skull Part 3, The Boy with No Eyes. A little boy, about 5 years old, stood near the wardrobe, his head hung low. His pajamas were dirty, almost muddy. He slowly looked up, his eyes were gone. Just two pitch-black hollows. Then he smiled, his mouth stretched, far beyond what's human, all the way to his ears. John's breath caught. He tried to scream, but his mouth wouldn't open. His body felt nailed to the mattress. And then, another version of the boy stepped out from behind him, a hazy, translucent copy, like smoke-made flesh. Both boys inched toward John's bed, and then, blackout. Crystal Ball Part 4, The Local Whisper. The next morning, John asked the old lady, using Google Translate. When she realized what he saw, her hands trembled. She finally explained. Long ago, grandmother and grandson lived in that room. One night, boy got fever. Grandmother went to get medicine. She came back. He was cold. Since then, many guests saw him. Then she added, "You should leave before third night." Skull and Crossbones Part 5, The second night, John should have left. But curiosity won. He stayed. That night, the sleep paralysis came back, only worse, this time. He wasn't alone with the boy. In the corner sat a woman, long black hair covering her face, her skin pale, unmoving. Beside her stood a tall man, head hanging, shadow swallowing his face. The boy walked closer, and whispered, half in Vietnamese, half in broken English, "Stay with me. Forever." The door, which John had locked, creaked open on its own. Cold wind blew in from the hallway, carrying the faint sound of a child laughing. End Arrow Part 6, The Escape. John jolted awake, maybe through fear alone. He didn't pack. he grabbed his phone, wallet, keys, and ran. As he dashed down the stairs, his foot nearly slipped. A small teddy bear was lying face down on the middle step, the same one he'd seen on the chair the night he arrived. He didn't look back. He didn't dare. Scroll epilogue. Never look back. John left the villa at exactly 3:27 a.m., fog rolling through the alley like ghosts made of mist. He never returned. Weeks later, back in the US, he began posting about it on Reddit, looking for answers. One Vietnamese commenter replied, "Room 302. That place still exists, you're lucky." The last foreigner who rented it never made a post. So if you're ever staying alone in a strange room, and hear small footsteps running beside your bed, don't answer, don't open the door, because if you do, you might not get a second warning.